I thought it was very interesting that Iran's foreign minister went to China, and then shortly after, Trump was announcing an imminent peace deal with Iran. Now, we don't know exactly what has gone on back and forth between countries behind closed doors. Countries like Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, China, but we do know they're all involved in trying to secure peace between the US and Iran. China holds particular influence. It is an economic giant. When the US tried to sanction Chinese companies for buying Iranian oil, for example, China simply said no. This is big boss energy, whatever you think of China. Can you imagine a smaller country saying no to US sanctions? China had also called the US-Iran war illegitimate and had been calling for peace, in particular pushing for a ceasefire, more so than the one we currently have. And if you're still doubting me about China's influence over this, well, even the US themselves called on China to influence Iran where it could. So we could have a peace deal on the cards very soon. Trump has announced there is some back and forth going on with Iran. Or maybe it is all stock market manipulation. Again, I held off from making a video about this yesterday just because the news had broke, and contrary to what people say, this is more of an analytical channel rather than a breaking news one. I mean, can you imagine breaking news? Oh, never mind. It's changed 5 seconds after the upload date. Apparently, the US and Iran deal is very simple, very vague, but also very simple somehow. It's only 1 page, as opposed to the tens of pages it normally is, or hundreds of pages under the Obama-led deal, which shows you there would be more work to be done, but it's a starting point. It opens up the Strait, which has become Trump's only concern at this point. The topic of nuclear dust would be held over a longer period. So this is just getting things rolling, the ball rolling, opening up the Strait, hoping to save the world economy and also save Trump's presidency. But you'll notice I've been calling it the US and Iran war. What about Israel? They're involved too. There were reports that Israel had been caught off guard by Trump's announcement. Just earlier, the Israeli military had been getting ready to go back to war with Iran. So ready was Israel that apparently they'd drawn up a list of targets in Iran to strike, a wish list. Israel's Prime Minister tried to say he was still in control. I talk to Trump nearly every day, he said. A sort of vague, I know what's going on. Even though I wonder if Trump knows what's going on in Trumpland sometimes. Israel may be less keen on this peace deal though. It achieves none of the reasons they actually went to war in the first place. Proxies still in place, nuclear powers still in doubt, Iran's leadership still around, actually worse than it was before. Angrier, actually. We know that Israel wasn't so happy because shortly after Trump made the announcement, Israel struck Beirut, which is the capital of Lebanon. It's the first time they've hit the capital, albeit the south side, since the ceasefire. A ceasefire in name only. Israel said this was because they wanted to target Hezbollah, Iran's proxies, but the ceasefire deal gave Israel a free hand to strike whenever they felt that an attack might be coming anyway. There are also reports that things are heating up in Gaza again. Yeah, forgotten about that? In case you had forgotten, Israel never actually managed to complete that war aim either. Hamas, they're still there, by the way. They still govern Gaza, the ones that launched strikes on October 7th. Weakened, Hamas are, but still there. Part of Trump's led peace plan last year was that Hamas would eventually disarm. This plan hasn't happened. Hamas argue that Israel never held up its end of the deal either. Israel has struck Gaza on an almost daily basis. So what happens next? Well, Israeli media was rife with speculation. Some channels are saying that Israel is just waiting for the US to give Israel the green light. Trump could do that, especially if it distracts from the failed war objectives of Iran. Israel could also seek to expand its yellow line. There is talk of that, a buffer zone in Gaza. Reports from within Gaza say that the line is already moving, already expanding, which could mean Israel would go on to take perhaps more than 60% of Gaza's land. Back with Iran, Trump has urged Iran to do a deal. Pakistan is also pushing for it. We know China also wants it too. Trump has also threatened more strikes on Iran if they don't do the deal, but he'll be unwilling to risk more attacks on the Gulf neighbours, I think. Nevertheless, talk of a deal has made oil markets cheapen and stock markets go up. The economic world is certainly excited for a potential peace deal. But whatever happens, look at Lebanon, look at Gaza, look at Israel. Don't expect the region to go quiet overnight.